Jujutsu Kaisen. This is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 186, Tokyo number 2 colony part 5. Last we left off, Panda, we got a weird farewell to Panda's final siblings, who were destroyed by Kashimo, the 100-point sorcerer, with I guess some kind of electricity related curse technique. And he just defeated Panda, but that's when Hakari showed up, making it one of the cooler moments ever. And they just get right into it. They don't really mince words. The very first panel is actually Hakari punching Kashimo straight through a couple of these trailer things. I don't know what the name for them are, but there's these
container units.
Yeah, this container
units, something like that. Yeah, storage units. Let's just say storage units.
Yeah, the shit you would see on a dock or a boat, like a big shipping boat. And they're just getting it in. It's just straight up a fist fight for a couple pages. And there's these little music notes everywhere, and we see the electricity around his hand where he's like, "Did you feel a tingle?" Implying that Kashimo's fucking curse technique didn't work really on him. He's like, "What's your name?" And he starts to break it down in his head that he's his trait and his curse technique makes it difficult to defend with simple reinforcement through cursed energy. But this guy has so much fucking cursed energy that he can just ignore that and reinforce himself anyway. Hakari introduces himself. He says, "I'm Kinji Hikari. You could call me Keen." And Kashimo can hear music radiating off of him. So he introduces himself as Kashimo, and Hakari is like, "Oh, wait, this is the 100-point guy. Hey, if I win, let me use your points." And he's like, "All right. You're with that panda, though, right? Tell me what."
No one ever says no. They're just like, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm gonna kill you, though. I guess that's why they.
Yeah.
It's not like they're like, yes, okay.
Yeah. No, it's like, yeah.
If you could
just take it.
Say so.
If you take it from me, sure.
Sure. Right.
Yeah, he asks him to tell him about Sukuna if he lives through this. And we get a weird panel of Hakari going cursed energy bonus, where he's just naked and he's like, "Cursed energy bonus, time to fly." And then Kashimo starts to lay into Hakari. He notices that Hakari is not really giving up a fight, really. And he's like, "Don't disappoint me." Right as he's about to say that, Hakari just lays into him, with one punch, sends him flying. Hakari does the hee, and he just teleports away. Yeah. He grabs his nuts and teleports, and just...
Oh, he does! I didn't notice that! Yeah. And it was out.
Yeah, then he teleports. He kicks Kashimo. They just
gives him a nice knee to the chest.
Yeah.
Whoa, Falcon.
Dude, it's like they're giving it up greasy here. It's just a straight up fist fight. Kashimo gets some distance. He's charged up enough cursed energy, and he just shoots his lightning bolt at him. Just straight up blasting Hakari's arm straight off. But Hakari just recovers. He comes back out of nowhere, kicks him in the face, and he's like, "Whoa!" To counterattack after that, and he looks back up, and Hakari's arm that just got blown off is back, and we get an explanation as to how that is. With Hakari. Okay, so one thing is that apparently when Hakari hits jackpot in the idle death gamble, it results in a bonus of unlimited curse energy throughout the round. Immediately after a jackpot, the private pure Love Train theme song "Admiring You" plays for 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Kashimo starts to think is this reverse curse technique? And technically Hakari has never learned reverse curse technique, but because of the unlimited curse energy, his body reflexively performs it without him really being conscious of it. So it prevents his body from breaking down. So to simplify, apparently Hakari is unkillable for 4 minutes and 11 seconds immediately after a jackpot. And furthermore, the music stops, and then after the music stops, he opens his domain again. And it turns out that as long as he keeps hitting the jackpot, he's just able to keep using domain expansion until he loses. And that's where the chapter ends. Holy shit. Wow. What a fucking good, what a wild chapter. Josh, what did you think about this?
He is the Joey Wheeler of fucking Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, purely based on,
that is an interesting comparison.
Yeah, explain that.
So, he's a luck character. He's a luck character. When I was explaining this to Chris, like off the cam, but when Gojo Sensei stated that there were two other people that were pretty much on his level, it was a very vague and undescriptive response that left a lot to kind of be wondered. With Okotsu, he made it clear at the end, it's literally because he's a copier. And if you could copy Gojo's ability, then sure, you're as strong as him, technically, in a sense, or right there at his level. Plus, the raw power and all of that too, right?
Right.
And then with this guy, Hakari, his claim to fame is that, in theory, he could technically keep getting lucky and be indestructible for the entirety of a fight, because he's strong enough to eventually chip somebody down, unless they're that unbelievably, that much stronger than him. I don't know if we're gonna see more, but it really does seem he's just a straight up kind of enhancer type physical fighter. In all the luck stuff, either just gives him boost or it doesn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's our luck fighter. That's gonna be our guy. That's gonna be his moment. He's gonna have shit luck, but he's gonna pull through and win one of these fights, and it's gonna be super lit.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. The one where he doesn't hit jackpot but wins anyway.
Yeah,
fucking fire.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's okay.
Yeah, no,
that's
it's
fine.
good.
Yeah. Or it's gonna be super lit. Or it's gonna be so bleak, and he's gonna hit a jackpot and do some wild shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, how it goes. I'm ready. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm unlimited cursed energy. But if you can't touch Gojo, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it?
I guess not, no.
Maybe somebody on TikTok will break it down.
I hope so. The TikTok community seems to have trouble with Jujutsu Kaisen as well. But were those all your thoughts, Josh? Do you have any more rebuttals, anything to talk about?
No, I guess that's about it. Great chapter.
Yeah.
Brian? Any thoughts?
So, this was a fun chapter. This is another classic Jujutsu Kaisen fun fucking chapter. Like, again, the streak continues. Jujutsu Kaisen still has not had a bad chapter in fucking... I can't even remember a bad Jujutsu Kaisen chapter. That's how long it's been. So, even if it's not an RGC, it's still an extremely fucking enjoyable chapter at times. Like, I fucking love Hikari's fucking energy. The shit that he brings to a fucking manga page is just so uniquely him. Like, when he gets his cursed energy bonus, the fucking panel with him, like, completely fucking naked is so fucking dramatic and stupid. But it's so fun. But I think what's the biggest highlight to this whole thing is the fact that he could literally spam his fucking domain expansion. Like, I think that's what really sets him apart from every other Jujutsu sorcerer. Mainly because literally he's like every 4 minutes and 11 seconds, if he gets lucky, he can just re-put you inside of a domain expansion. Literally every time.
Yeah.
And I think his might actually win out on other domain expansions too. So if somebody were to use a domain expansion within his, he would win. He would probably win because he has unlimited fucking cursed energy. So he's probably, his domain expansion is probably the most powerful, essentially. It has I wouldn't say actually the most powerful, but the most potential to overpower, essentially, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I feel like there's still some shit that I just don't get. Like, how the fuck is he able to, like, just fly, like, essentially? Like, he literally flew from Charles to here, somehow. But there's still a little bit that's still not really explained about his, curse technique, which is fine, because, you know, he seems like he's a very expect the unexpected type of character. But a really fun chapter. Fucking love it. I'm really interested to see this guy Kashimo put in some work, because I want to see Hikari get tested a little bit more.
Yeah,
and I think this guy could do it.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. Were those all your thoughts, Brian?
Yeah.
Cool.
I have a rebuttal, actually.
Go for it.
I'm very okay with assuming that Hakari just ran over there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
okay
I would. My thought was that, like, he did the Hulk thing where he just jumps.
Yeah.
From place to place.
He sensed Panda's pain.
Yeah. That's my boy. I gotta go save my boy. But obviously, this was my really good chapter of the week, honestly.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
And I should say, I forgot to mention it before, but One Piece won the audience really good chapter of the week, so that was my bad.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Hey, yo, audience, since Black Clover is around, is One Piece the new default?
No, not really. I mean, even when Black Clover was around, it wasn't winning as much. So honestly, like, I think the Black Clover crowd has calmed down, which is unfortunate, because Black Clover was pretty good towards
Come back, Black Clover crowd. I don't hate you, I swear.
Yeah, please.
I just enjoy the rivalry.
Yeah. But back to this chapter. I really like this chapter, and I think it's for all the reasons that Brian said. It was just fun to read Hikari. I think, like, part of what makes Hikari interesting is that, like, even though his domain expansion is based mostly on luck, he seems so confident in it. He's, like, pretty sure he's always going to get a jackpot every time.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, I'd be worried if I
There's
had
psychology behind that, actually.
Yeah, you think so, huh? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, you know, behind gambling and stuff. It's. I'm guessing that's why, like, you get, like, this rush to your head, like, or whatever. Like, I guess certain chemicals fire from your head that make you just believe, like, that you are gonna win on that next one, that you have a chance to. It's I wish I should have looked that up.
I think you got it.
It's super interesting, guys.
No, there is an adrenaline rush to gambling. I mean, you know, that's why there are people who are addicted to gambling. I think that's represented in Hikari with his unlimited cursed energy boost.
Yes, I mean, it's his whole aesthetic too. I mean, the fact that he dropped out of school and started making bread for himself on the side.
Yeah, just a fight club.
Gambling maniac.
Yeah, he opened a fight club where he takes bets. You know,
yeah, right. So there you go.
Yeah, it's just so cool. In terms of Kashimo, like, the only way he could stop him is to kill him before, like, the lever, so to speak, is all the way done. You know, like, before the final card is drawn, so to speak. So the battle within the domain is going to be really important right now, because Hakari still has to stall ostensibly whenever, like, he's in his domain, as people can attack him. That's just what Charles just wasn't able to do, just to kill him while the domain was playing out. So Kashimo might have a chance at this moment, because he's really got to hold off Kashimo until he gets the jackpot or doesn't.
I mean, it seems like Kashimo can easily get the upper hand, though. Sure. That's the thing. He is a dangerous guy. If Hikari didn't have his jackpot, he would be missing an arm right now.
Oh yeah.
Like, this dude doesn't play. He's a big deal.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But I think, like, at that point, Hikari was playing recklessly because he knew he can't die.
I guess you're right.
Yeah. So he does have to be careful at this point. Because he's not invincible anymore. So he really has to. They still have to fight while all this shit is playing out, and I'm excited to see that. Obviously, Unfortunately, Jujutsu Kaisen is off next week, so that's a huge bummer. But that being said, this was such a fun chapter to read, and yeah, I think Brian's right. There's been a streak of great Jujutsu Kaisen chapters ever since even the culling game started. I would say like when Maki, like all the way back when Maki was fighting, I don't think there's been like a total L chapter since. So that's good on Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm glad that Hakari is kind of living up to the hype. You know, like, because there was a moment where, like, when I first saw the pachinko game, I was like, really? But, you know, now it's just like, I can't wait for this pachinko game to come back. Now that
he had to do the labor of that for that chapter to lay the groundwork. I mean, respectable.
Akutami is a patient man, you know, like to really, it's a testament to his writing to like have the trust of the audience to really sit through. It's like, all right, I'll read this because I want to. You know, I'll read this entire explanation.
It's rewarding because we want to understand it because he's going to apply it in creative ways. And, like, if you don't get it, that's your fault.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that's why it's not that much of a drag because I do feel like this is worth it.
Yeah. The powers are also interesting no matter what. So, I'm excited to see. Maybe Kashimo has his own domain.
Yeah, he probably does.
I'll say this: Hikari's domain is pretty much the same, you know, as Higuruma in the sense that it's not like a can't miss attack. It's very old style where it's literally a game.
Oh, it's like an ancient, an ancient domain.
Yeah, it's kind of like Higuruma's domain where like it's not battle based. Like it's not about the attacks you lay inside the domain.
More condition based.
Yeah, it's about like the effects that the domain can possibly have after it's done.
It's for sure a passive domain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But super cool chapter. I can't wait for the next one. It's unfortunate.
Dude, Kashimo could take an ass beating, man. Who is this nigga?
He's an ancient sorcerer. He's one of the ancient ones.
And they're all super strong. That's just...
Well, Kashimo in particular was one of the first, like him and Higuruma were the first to get to 100 points in the culling game. So he's on that level. And potentially maybe stronger. I don't know. He's a more battle-oriented one than Higuruma would probably be. So,
what if he's the guy who first created the new style of domain expansions?
That would be sick. I mean, you know, I feel like
that would be pretty sick.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna understand his deal quite a bit because he seems to have ties to Sukuna. So, I feel like we'll get some kind of flashback or something explaining his deal. But.
Even though he fucked up my boy Panda, I still find him really interesting.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a cool villain.